Mr. Troll. Mr. Troll. Yes. Good morning. Let's get on with the show. Let's get on with the show. Let me get a sound check. Let me do a sound check right quick. Sound check. Yeah, we sound good. It's the morning show, y'all. You already know we gonna do 2 or 3 more today. This is also Sunday church, where we gotta preach about the streets. And guess what? It seems like something's getting broken in half right here. Now, what do these letters stand for right here? You got trans, queer, and you got the plus too. So this is like a 2 month old story, but shit, I didn't catch this one, y'all. To be honest with you, I didn't catch this one until last night. I said, man, let me rewind the tape, man, because I pulled up some dark history behind what somebody said, a popular figure in humanity right now. Yeah, he said some deep, dark stuff, y'all. Matter of fact, let me see if I even queued that up. Did I queue that up? Is this it right here? Nah, hold on. I don't think I queued it up. I think it's in let me check my email. Cause once I seen this, I said, "Damn, man, he really about to do away with these people." He really about to do away with these people. I think this is. Oh yeah, here it go. Let me download this. I thought I already had this queued up. Let me get rid of. Oh yeah, we found something about that Sauce Walker case. We gotta get back into that Sauce Walker uh later on. And I told you, I was like, man, I said, I said somebody set him up, and guess what? It was the pills. Yeah, he ran off on the plug, y'all. He ran off on the plug, family. All right, yeah, let me get that picture up out of here. Let me get that Sauce Walker. And let me pull this up. And you gonna be like, damn, man. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Trump-tastic. Look what Elon Musk said, y'all. Let's pull this up. I said, damn. And I looked at that and I said, man, this all gotta tie in together, y'all. The thing is, Elon Musk don't care if his Teslas is getting blown up, because guess what he want to do to these woke people. Let's read what Elon Musk said. Shouts out to Elon Musk, but I already know he invested in prison reform. Okay, and guess what? These people that's damaging his Teslas, yeah, the woke virus. I told you this wasn't gonna be no regular show, because there's some scientific projects going on behind this. You think Elon, the richest man in the world, care about his stuff getting blown up? No, he don't. What he really care about is what between that motherfucking skull right there and them autonomous bots. You gotta think. He gotta find the test dummies. So this ain't another. This is just another Squid Games, y'all. For real, y'all think I'm playing, man. This is what the future gonna be like. It's gonna be a big game. And if you ain't if you ain't controlling the analog, you're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble. I guess he was agreeing with somebody, but he said my son Xavier died. He was killed by the woke mind virus. Now the woke mind virus will die. Who you think the guinea pigs is gonna be? I'm gonna be honest with you. Which one you think is worth more? If you break down this Tesla, or if you break down this damn wildebeest right here, his body parts is worth way more than this damn Tesla. Okay, I'm just giving you the mind of Elon, because y'all not real Elon Musk fan. I'm a real Elon Musk fan because I know his Dr. Kevorkian side. Y'all don't know Dr. Kevorkian because y'all not into sci-fi and all. Y'all think all that stuff ain't true, but it really is. I told you the Earth is one big science project, and when you got Zionists on the loose, and you screwing over these Zionists, they go need guinea pigs, y'all. We using his technology, his hive mind technology, and guess what? He senses a virus on the computer. He's no different than what's that one firewall called? You had even Bill Gates. What is that shit? McAfee? Yeah, like McAfee and all these other firewall. And you gotta buy the damn system. You gotta buy the antivirus system. So they make the virus, and they sell you the product right back to you. That means they'll give you the cancer and they'll give you the cure. They do both. So, and the reason why these people have, you know, lost their way and lost their soul is the same reason why they decided to go online in the first place. Because they didn't just get this out of nowhere. They don't people just don't do this out of nowhere. They were programmed by the TV screen, radio, all these devices, device grips. Yeah, these are Satan's devices that he uses to lure you in so he could administrate this damn science project, okay? He gonna turn you into a dummy. This is the knowledge of the serpent, y'all. Okay? And Elion is a ancient tech deity resurrecting his technology. But he can't do it on the righteous, all right? So here you go right here. See, ain't nothing wrong with regular gay folks, you know, lesbian, gay, and bi. But once you add all these additives on, what did God say? He said, "Don't add or take it away." And guess what they did to the regular gay people? They added these people. Just ask conscious gay people, do they like the other side of their tetragrammaton? And they gonna tell you no. They gonna tell you no. Okay. See, back in the '90s, early 2000s, they kept that shit under wraps. They kept that shit under wraps. Well, when Barry Sortos inserted his black ass into politics out of nowhere, because we all know he mind uploaded, and his fucking wife or his husband Barry and my Michael. Remember that? He said my Michael. Yeah, stuttering Stanley and shit. Yeah, y'all remember that? I know y'all remember that. We remember all of this. And make sure you hit up the store and get one of them Mr. Trumptastic seeds. Yeah, I know y'all digging the logo. It's opening soon. Don't worry. I got merch for y'all. Don't worry. I got all that queued up. But yeah, same with Justin Trudeau. See, all their little campaign is over with, man. And they said Trump go put a dent in it so hard that these people might not come back ever again, family. I swear. They said they trying to put it out completely. It's gonna be hard for them to come back, okay? And we all know this the party of death. It's a whole big death coat, y'all. And it's all ran by the papacy and the United Nations UNESCO agenda. You gotta think this beast you see right here attacking this damn Cybertruck. He once had a normal mind, y'all. But when the false images got downloaded on the internet, guess what? He had to sync with the agenda, and they become a real virus. And you don't mess with Xavier. Who is Xavier? I had a picture of Professor X, because that is Xavier. Where is he at? I already got these queued up because I already know. Man, Elon Musk named his son Xavier. I said, yep, that's Professor X. And everything gonna be revolved around him, his dead son. I told you, quit fucking with Elon Musk, man. Y'all fucking with y'all screwing with the wrong dude. If y'all was gonna talk shit about him, y'all should have said something a long time ago. But trying to demonize his ass now, and he already knee deep into transhumanism. You see, this would be considered Xavier. Where is he at? Because Xavier, he got that Neuralink device on his head, so he doing the will of his son. Just like, you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to flip through these pictures because I got a picture of it. I just can't find it. I'm sitting here looking over 1,000 pictures. Yeah, but he out. Elon Musk out for retribution, and I'm gonna be honest with you. He out for retribution. I don't fuck with the wrong one, and now he said the woke mind virus must die. Hold on. Let me see if this. Let me see if it's in this one. If I can't find Professor X, I'm gonna have to queue him up somewhere else. Yeah, but yeah, Elon Musk, he coming out for retribution. So let's get into this because I cannot find it. Um, Let me scoot this over. Yeah, I can't believe I was like, man, we was dead on the nail, man, with last night when we did that episode about Sauce Walker. We hit the head on the nail with that, fam. We was like, damn, it must be a organized hit because you would think Sauce Walker would be the target. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but this is the whole government agencies. They scrubbing it, and that's why they damaging the Teslas too, fam. That's why they damaging the Teslas too. Look, let's read. PSA: FBI warns nationwide incidents, arson, gunfire, and vandalism targeting Tesla EVs dealerships and charging stations in 9+ states, linked to political grievances. The FBI urges vigilance and awareness around Tesla locations. I'm telling you, they're gonna turn that into a big ass radiation site, man. They gonna blow all that shit up, man. These people ain't got no life. You think he going to heaven? Some people say he will. Some people say, dang, he going to heaven, but he need prison reform. He need his mind changed. And in this lifetime, he can't do it. So they go offer him the red pill or the blue pill. You take the blue pill, you got to live your life out as a piece of shit. You take the red pill, you can transform into a better citizen. But how would they do that? How else would you be able to do that? Brain computer interface. I told you. Elon Musk is an old ancient tech god, resurrected, and like they said in the biblical times, Christ will follow you through the ages, but he gonna give you an offering. Okay, he gonna give you an offering. He ain't no different than Morpheus offering Neo the red or the blue pill. And sometimes you gotta take both, family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take both. So this is what's going on. And this is why I'm doing this episode because this new regime that's coming in, they ain't playing. They ain't playing with that left hand. They ain't playing with the blue team, y'all. They really trying to put these people out of existence, yo. And I don't know what the I stand for. What does the I stand for? I know they had a plus on there. I don't know what the I means. I said, damn, they keep on adding all these vowels. So lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people have long been. And you know what? Before I get to reading this stuff, I'm not bullying anybody on this show or anything like that. It's just for educational purposes only. I ain't talking down on no group. I love everybody. I'm just getting that out the way now because you already know how everybody is with this very sensitive topic. I'm basically, you know, almost risking my channel from being slashed talking about this stuff, but it needs to be said because I don't even think I don't even think they know. I don't even think the trans and queer people know this shit. Trump been signing these damn documents so fast. They said he moving like at warp speed, and a lot of people can't keep up. So I had to rewind the tape and do a whole show about it because I was like, damn, I didn't know he did this. I didn't know, so I know they don't know. And once they find out, oh, they go crash out, family. They go crash out, family. They being written out of history. At least the right side is. The left side always gonna remain. Yeah, there's always gonna be zest, fully clean in the atmosphere. But these ain't the radicals. These ain't the radicals, okay? What somebody do in their bedroom is they fucking business. You see what I'm saying? But when you start getting outside the bedroom, putting it in cartoons and shit, and you end up like this, degenerate, come on, family. With his butt crack out, looking like two ham hocks. What's going on? So let's read. So the similar abbreviation was scrub, like LGBTQI, and I don't even know what the hell I is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know this stuff right here. What the hell is the I stand for? What is that? Intersex? I think that's what it is. I don't know what that is. That's some androgynous type stuff, y'all. Yeah, that's some androgynous transformation. This is what intersex is, okay? I guess it's like breeding with other animals. You could just breed with anything. I forgot there's a word for it. It's called something else. It's like these people that are like overly sexualized. They like humping trees, tables, and shit like that. They end up having sex with their dog, computer. You know what I'm saying? Just they in love with everything. For real. There's people out there like that, man. I don't know if y'all remember that one video. It was called 2 Men and a Horse, and that dude died. That dude died. They was whacking that horse off, and they got him good and shined up, and then y'all know the rest. But he didn't make it. I think the horse ruptured his colon, and he just bled to death. But yeah, that's a true story. I don't know if you remember that or not. Yep. I'm telling you, see, these people crashing out. Look, brave young Democrat influencers cut off their testicles. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, family. What is going on? This gotta be hell. This the type shit that happened in hell, man. When you burning in hell and you look over and you see somebody slicing their ball sack out, bleeding out, man, it's the same shit you see in Hades or something. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? But like I said, it's all about perspective. Angels can see what's going on in hell. All they gotta do is peek through that black hole, that white light. That's all they gotta do. Man, there's all kind of biblical photos that portray heavenly beings looking into hell, seeing all what they do. I think one of them tried to get out. Uh, I forgot the story. Somebody, I don't know everything, but shit, if y'all remember that story, I think it was Lazarus. I think it was Lazarus or somebody. Same thing with Daniels and the Lions Den type of concept. They in the burning furnace, and then somebody come get them. The hand of God come pull them out. But or even Jesus going to hell, getting the keys, you know what I'm saying? So he could unlock his true potential. But they ain't unlocking that. They locking their ball sacks up, man. Cutting them off because of Trump. And the thing is, I think they're trying to make it to where it's gonna be a whole doctrine, like a psych doctrine behind. It's called the Trump derangement syndrome. It's a real Yeah, it's a real cancer for some people. Yeah, it's gonna be instituted in the health department. They go put it in. They got to. They got to. Because people, when people hear Trump name, they just think kill, murder. You know what I'm saying? It's an automatic trigger word. And I think they go implement it in the health industry of a real like case. You know what I'm saying? Like COVID and shit like that. For real, they gotta. You gotta think, man. You gotta do it. And people go get their pills, and here come Elon Musk. If you got Trump derangement syndrome, here come or something might be in that pill. Now you got to take something for real. For real, this is how they go put people out. I'm not being because they putting themselves out anyway, fam. They're not gonna change, yo. And then y'all go run around here and call Trump and Elon Musk Stalin and you know that dude with the swastika. Y'all go run around calling them that. I already know what's gonna happen. Trump and them ain't. They gotta protect their family crest. Government is their family. If you didn't notice, government is a family crest. A government is religion. They acting out the will of their father, and that's they acting out the Bible. Okay, they just ain't acting it out on your perspective. Okay, because the Bible is all calibrated off the mind of the reader. So if you stupid, you just reading it for surface level knowledge. But if you a Gnostic and you in the hierarchy and you got the knowledge of the ethos, oh, you reading it totally different from the slave versus the slave master. Big difference, buddy. Big difference. That's why these people are bound to hell. Okay? These people are bound. Whips and chains. Whips and chains, family. Let me pull this up. I ain't done with y'all yet. When I'm talking about whips and chains, you see this Neuralink device? You see the steering wheel, that's the wheel. That's the whip. You see these chains right here? These are golden fringes. These yeah, these phalanges right here, yeah, they represent the neural highways that connect to the nerve endings. Because as of right now, people are disconnected to God. So they go need technology to get back on this grid again. You see? It's a Saturn right here. And there go your aurora borealis. Okay? Because they know people go, you know, they know the aurora borealis is the snake eating the tail. And as you can see, if you go on that route with destroying Teslas and shit like that, you got the snake eating his tail, y'all. The snake eating the tail, y'all. This device is for the unholy. These people go need Neuralink via prison reform. See them last slaves Donald Trump let out? The last slave Donald Trump let out the plantation? Guess what? They free. But you see this one right here, he getting his ass beat. He gonna need Neuralink, family. He gonna need Neuralink, family. Let's get into this story. Let's get into this story. OnlyFans model, 20 years old, cannot speak after being found on the side of the road with broken spines and limbs. Guess what? Who love to do OnlyFans? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate told your son and your daughter how to cam the fuck up. Guess what? She cammed up with the wrong person in the wrong country. And guess what? She got her back broken. She got her neck broke. Just like this sign right here. Hanging on to dear life, man. Why? Because social influencers have everybody in this horny culture and this hookup culture where they get the fast money, the whips and chains, and they think everybody gonna be all right. but really everything's dead. And guess what? Satan's laughing at everybody. Yeah, Satan's laughing at you. You see? It's dead. We did a whole series on this. Go check them series out we did. We actually went in real deep with the information. So, y'all get the drift. Y'all get the drift. Let's get into hold on. No, that ain't no video. I thought I had a video queued up for. I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess we done. I guess we done with that. And you know what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna. What time is it? Let me make something to eat right quick, and then we go do the Disney show. Yeah, the Snow White joint. I heard it crash. Yeah, I heard it crash bad. Y'all heard about that movie? And the star director is an avid Trump hater. Mm-hmm. So nobody got to see their dollars go up in the box office. No, they didn't make a lot of money, y'all. Why? All this is being broken up, fam. All that's being broken up, family. Well, I tell you what, there's gonna be some retribution behind what's going on, and it's gonna look like Trump is the bad guy. It's gonna look like Elon Musk is the bad guy, but he's not. They're not the bad guy, but it's gonna look like it by default, man. How else you gonna put evil people under the jail? How else are you gonna do away with evil? And those evil people are gonna cry wolf. Oh, Trump doing this, Trump doing that. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Why is he cutting my job? Why is he slashing taxes? So it's like, man, you're gonna figure out people go figure out the hard way, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of history this year. I believe this is some people's last year to get it right, man. You know what? Let me take that back. If you didn't get it right before the election, I don't know what to tell you, because you got some people falling off too after the election. Yeah, you see a lot of social media influencers getting exposed. Now you know they really stupid. Yeah, you had to wait till after the election to see how stupid they were. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of weeks or months before you figure out who put the MK Ultra chips in whose brain. Okay, it ain't hard to figure out. And matter of fact, go watch this episode because this is going on too. The homosexual Zionist reptilian movement. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Because a lot of people that like aliens, they like to be probed in their butt. They like to be probed, and they have a barcode on. You gotta be partaking in this ritualistic behavior. Look, I told you. They bringing her back on. They bringing her ass back out on the Twins podcast. We already went over this. Why are these podcasters bringing sexually deviant characters on their show, knowing that parents told their kids about these people too? She on the Twins podcast. I was like, what the fuck going on? We all went over this. I'm just, but if you got a pea brain, oh, it's very evident that you go be in this sunken place. You see, they got it. They got these people marked off. Like I said, people are going to need a mark. Why? Because they left behind in the old world, man. It's going to be two chips, but One individual don't need one. But two of these chips are going to be fighting against the one that don't need one. You see what I'm saying? That'll be the red pill, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill. Jewish man, Catholic man, but they wear the same hat. Y'all didn't figure this out already? So when people try to divide all these religions, I'll be like, man, it's the same one at the top of the pyramid. That's why it's detached from the rest of the pyramid. That's the 6 degrees of separation. 666, the number of man. And man ain't supposed to know shit according to these people unless you got the damn chip in your head. You ain't supposed to know shit until you've been anointed. It's Sunday morning, man. I really could preach a whole sermon. I really could preach a whole sermon this morning. Trump versus Hollywood. This all got to do with the LGBTQ community getting scrubbed off the face of the earth, man. Not the whole LGBTQ, but the TQ. The LGB is cool. They'll always squander. They'll always squander the earth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know nothing about that action, but if you in a frat, yeah, you know all about that action. Go ask your husband about Hell Night. Go ask your husband about Hell Night if he's in one of these frats. Because, yeah, he took this oath to spit the egg in the other man's mouth. That's why your husband got that good job at Conglomo working with Ed Bighead for half a meal. What is his salary? $500,000 a year? Yeah, working at Conglomo doing nothing. Pushing a button. Why? Because he got this. He had to do the. Go ask your husband about Hell Night. Don't tell him I said nothing. Don't tell your husband I said anything. Keep my name out of it. But just just out of curiosity. And if he says Margaret and he raises his hand, get the fuck out the house. Because he's into sexual deviant behavior. Okay? Yeah, real shit. Real spill. Go ahead. What? Let's pull it up, man. Y'all think I'm playing? Let's look up Hell Night. You think I'm playing? Oh, we had this dude queued up too, man. I ain't go look, man. Let's pull up this video. Cause I already had something on him. I forgot. Uh yeah, let's pull up this video right quick. And then we'll go into the Hell Night.
Trump has just removed the T from LGBT on all the government websites. I don't even know what to say.
It's okay if you don't know what to say because I do. See, these are orientations. This is who you're attracted to, but these are identities. This is how you perceive yourself as well as how you wish for others to perceive you. Then what happened was these two groups just got smooshed together, even though they're not the same thing. And even though they never belonged together to begin with, we were doing pretty well until the extremist activism started. And now the extremists on the left have inspired the extremists on the right to begin attempting to overturn gay marriage. So thank you for that. If you didn't know about that, yes, it is true. And shall this continue progressing? Like, if you think for 1 second that I will hold back because it's my party, you got me all the way messed up. So while y'all are mad that the government removed the T from the website, the rest of us are mad about your actions over the last 4 years that have compromised the entire community.
Yep, you see? There's always an outside force messing up some homegrown stuff. Because there's always been gay people since the beginning of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Some people just attracted to the opposite, you know what, but once it gets radical and you gotta start doing operations to get off, they gotta do an operation just to just to have an orgasm. because you're not regular enough. Now you got to go to the extreme, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to go to the extreme. Now let's look up Hell Night, man, because Hell Night happens in every sector of the government, every sector in a movie and Hollywood industry. I told you, ask your husband about Hell Night. It's another frat. Hell Night. I don't. What the hell is this? And this was a. Oh yeah, it was a movie too. It was a movie. Y'all remember Hell Night the movie? Hold on, let me move this out the way. It's a whole hazing ritual, y'all. It's all got to do with frat life, man. Hell Week. Fraternity Hell Week, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. What is Fraternity Hell Week? Most type of Fraternity Hell Week I'm familiar with involve the new members having to live in the house for a week with restricted access to their dorm room. They can only speak when given. Man, this is bondage, man. This shit bondage, man. And this is just to get a good job. You know what I'm saying? This is just to get a good job, fam. I know everybody ain't got to go through Hell Night, but if you tied to a frat that's tied to some freaky Greeky, you know, the Greco-Roman type behavior, yeah, okay, that's how you got in the league. Yeah, that's how you got on the big stage. Yeah, you had to go. You had to go through Hell Week. So they can only speak when given permission and given something silly to carry around for the week, often while dressed up. Their nights are normally filled with events that keep them up to the very late hours of the morning, leaving little time for sleep and studying. So this is what you send your kids to when they join the fraternity. And shit, they get offered this, you know, all the time. They go get offered this in college. That's why I'll be like, man, sometimes I just want my kids to be like, go do a trade or something. You know what I'm saying? Just go do a trade because, you know, go get a certificate or something like that. But to go to these liberal colleges, man, they go get turned out, man. They just go in there to know how to learn how to do OnlyFans. So all these damn colleges is good for. Hold on, grieving son. Hold on, let's go into this. Talking about her son. This all got to do with Hell Night, man. You know how many germs and shit is in that egg coming out his mouth, and you got to be blindfolded, y'all. I told you, in the Masonic order, they got to do blindfold rituals, fam. Yes, this ain't this is the Old Testament versus the New Testament because they got to grab the testicles, y'all. They got to grab the testes. Now let's get into it. This is the hazing ritual. You got to do this stuff, man. That's what they do in the back of the moose lodge. So when you and your husband get home from church, and he says, "Hun, Margaret, I got to ride to the moose lodge." Oh, this is what they doing back there, fam. Yeah, that's what they doing back there, family. Right after church too. because they got to do it on a Sunday because they worship the sun god. They worship a sun god and they worship a moon god. Yeah, his name is Mooney, and guess what? Guess what color his skin is? Green. Yeah, Mooney is money. The moon god represents the money. Okay, that's the currency. Okay. All right, let's get into this video. There's a whole bunch of stuff behind the moon and the current of the waters. They said the moon dictates the current of the water. That's why I said moon and money is the same deity. Okay, and the moon represents this Hathor deity, and it's basically a female, but he got horns like this. That we all know. You know, the devil is no different than the serpent, and his color is green. If you look at the a dollar, some money is real scaly as well. Okay, it's real scaly. So y'all know y'all familiar with this stuff. So some of this stuff y'all already familiar with. We just confirming it. You know, we got to confirm the stuff we done heard for the new people that just joined because they don't know the knowledge of the simulation. This is what's being hidden on how to try to escape this hellish realm we stay in. Okay, now let's get into this video.
Community at college, but over the years, too many lives have been lost at some fraternities during hazing rituals. These grieving parents think that might stop if young people knew their stories. Our Lisa Guerrero was here to tell some of them.
This is our son, Ryan, who was killed due to idiocy at a hazing event.
This is my beautiful son, Colin Wyatt. He was 18 years old when he died from fraternity hazing.
This is our son, Tim, who died as a result of a fraternity hazing event.
This is Adam Oakes. Death was due to a hazing incident, alcohol poisoning.
7 young men, all victims of hazing rituals like this.
I am telling you, no parent should ever send their child.
Let's rewind that back, y'all. You see it? See them boys lined up like that? All dead, family. So that's what they doing in college, huh? That's what they doing in college? This is what they doing at the basketball camp? Hell night. Ain't that something, y'all? Ain't that something, y'all? Holy moly donuts. So if I gotta spend my hard-earned money on my kids doing this shit, I'm coming up there with the damn belt. I'm whooping all these kids. The thing is, if I walked in college and I seen my kid doing this, I'm beating all these kids' asses. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fuck if it's your kid or not. And if you step in, I'm beating your ass too. If I find out I'm spending my hard-earned money on this shit, oh hell no. I'm going straight to jail. And somebody say, oh, that's an ignorant black man out there. So what? I told you. So what? Call me what you want to. But you're not going to call me stupid. Oh, these boys is getting in line, family. You might as well send them to the military. Oh, I forgot. They haze in the military, too. They haze in the military, too, family. Hell night. Hell week. But the last day is hell night. See, the last day you really got to go through the gauntlet. They really got to ran you through the gauntlet. See, this might be the first, second day, third day. Sunday? Oh, when the sun god come up, that's the whole personification behind the egg. The sun is yellow. The egg is yellow. So once you go see Christ, once you go see the sun god, this is the transformation. Yeah. they get their new body. They get their new position in the economic world, family.
Like this.
I am telling you, no parent should ever send their child off to campus, to college, and not have them come home.
They were all,
And you know what? Campus, you know who campus, you know what campus sound like? Campus sound like Krampus. Krampus is Moloch, man. That damn devil that come get the kids. Oh, it ain't campus, it's Krampus, y'all. Santa Claus, yeah. I'm starting to break these words down because because the deities, the words that sound like the deities often describe what's going on in these hazing rituals. Because Krampus, he's basically the one that come get you when you're doing bad. Yeah, they on campus worshiping Moloch, aka Krampus is Moloch. He's another form of Moloch too. This the Chicago Bull logo. Worshiping the kids. They doing the rituals all over again, family. It's no different. Once you do the ritual, you successfully administrated the transformation. Now you get that good job at Conglomero, working with Ed Big Head. Salary $500,000 a year. You set for life, fam. But you gotta pull on a weenie. You gotta hump somebody. You gotta spit egg in another man's mouth. And this is in a rap game too, just like with these games. You gotta get jumped in the game. You gotta get jumped in the game, and you gotta get killed to get out. One way in, one way out. Get rich or die trying. I told you this is a whole, and that's the whole personification of Saturn. You doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, but you keep on getting burned by this guy right here. You keep on getting born again, or burned again, or copied again by this God right here. And his deity Moloch, he loves to copy the souls of man because he can't leave the earth. So he's trying to keep you here. So he got to make duplicate copies of your base reality. So when you do wake up, you got to go collect all those copies that he made. And it's getting impossible. It's getting impossible. You know why it's getting impossible? Do you notice that sometimes you're lazy just doing stuff you're supposed to do? Things you're supposed to get accomplished, procrastinating and all that, and you're not getting it done and you feel tired and all that? Yeah, this is what this guy represents right here. He done made so many copies of you. You're so tired of trying to get back all these other versions. This guy split up because he Chronos too. He's Chronos too. He's the god of time. And you got to get all this lost time back from this guy Chronos. But how else you gonna do it without his technology? It's called the quantum computer. That's the only way you go get out this bitch. So it's already here. That's why they said man will merge with the beast during Revelations. We will all be fooled by artificial intelligence, or what we call AI. Okay. But the thing is that you don't want to get anchored to the beast. They know you go be on it. You just can't be anchored to the beast. It's like your modern day book of life or your Harmonic Accords. That's the whole concept behind this quantum computer, or the lost knowledge of Q. That's the lost knowledge of Christ. It's been lost. But like I said, you got people like Elon Musk that done resurrected it, Billy Gates, elongated heads, Elon plus Bill Gates is elongate. This is how they communicate with the dead. I'm already an hour. I already hit my hour mark.
told that they had to go down to the basement. I think they were all blindfolded.
This surveillance video shows a rare look at a booze-fueled hazing event, common in frats across the country.
Let's see. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. I told you they all in the hazing and shit at these college rituals. Because they put the cap and gown on your head because that represents the Neuralink helmet. You ain't getting no more knowledge unless you got this chip. Okay? And this is the same reason why the cone head, he had to wear a hat over his head. He couldn't go out unless he had something on his head. Just like the ancient pharaohs. Only the pharaohs was able to walk around with, with a Neuralink device on top of it. I'm trying to find a picture of. I got so many pictures of pharaohs in here. It ain't on this slide. But yeah, everything must be hidden in the coat. Okay? So let's get back to look. You got the cone. These are the cone heads too. I told you the KKK hat is the cover up the cone head, fam. Yeah, I figured this stuff out a long time ago. But you don't want to be anchored. You don't want to be anchored to this system. See, this represents Christ being anchored into hell. But the thing is, he supposed to release himself right here. But this would be your antichrist right here that's anchored to the simulation. This one didn't make it out. So that's your duplicate or your dualistic nature. And like I said, that God Moloch, he represents copying your soul. You only supposed to originally have 7 of them. But once you get more outside of those 7 different versions of yourself, then it becomes hard to gather all your old, your old bodies back. You got to collect them all like Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ was teaching people. Because you gotta shed all those other versions of you to even make it out like Christ did. So what was we about to pull up? I done forgot what we was about to pull up. So let's go back into the video.
Known as Big Brother Night or Pledge Dad Reveal Night.
It was the Pledge Dad Reveal Night. They were handed a bottle of alcohol. In Danny's case, he was handed a bottle of Tito's, and they were told to drink it.
That's Mary Pat and Tom Santuli's son, Danny, with a liter of vodka.
I believe it was taped to his hand.
Cops say Danny's pledge dad forced him to drink the equivalent of 20 shots, plus do a full
Golly. Knowing damn well them bodies can't handle all that alcohol. Well, these kids are in trouble, man. That's why I'll be like, man, go get a trade. And the thing is, there's many of small colleges that could, small colleges don't require all this nonsense. Go to a little community college where, you could go back home and get the same degree. You know what I'm saying? To get the same degree. It might not be as powerful as a university, but it'll do its thing. Because I done seen people who got college degrees at Harvard working at Save-A-Lot right now. Because why? Yeah, they took the ritual and went overboard with it. They didn't leave the shit in the dorm room, family. It bled into their next life. The rituals will go bleed into your next life, and however you balance out those rituals, those same rituals can come back and haunt you and end your soul. And before this creeper or this reaper comes to end your soul, yeah, they want to make you sell it to these corporations. So and this is why they get the boys at a young age. They want you to sell the soul to the corporation, sell it to the alcohol industry, sell it to the weed man, sell it to the anybody that has social influence over it. Sell, 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 sell. Okay? This is the whole concept behind Wall Street or the Wailing Wall. Wall Street and the Wailing Wall are the same exact the same exact thing. Money is their religion, all right? In the hierarchy. Governing the mind, the mental. How do you do it? Through corporations, through the dead body, who are called a wicker man or the scarecrow.
Beer bong. He later went into cardiac arrest from alcohol poisoning. In the video shared with us by the Santuli's attorney, David Bianchi, you can see Danny fall over. He later slides off this couch.
Brain dead, family. Brain dead. This is why I gotta go over these rituals, man. You don't know who's who. Can you tell the difference? No. You can't tell the difference because you think your son going to college to get an education, but he in his rare form doing the rituals of these people. Yes, I told you, these people hate white people too. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that? Yes. When I bring up these type of white people, yeah, they don't like regular white people, just like in the black community. We're suffering from Negro fatigue, and they're suffering from wigger fatigue. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. And the thing is, these white kids right here that was involved in this hazing, they might not necessarily be ghetto and ratchet. These are rich kids from good areas, family. And I'm giving you a lesson on how to appreciate your family. Appreciate your family. Check up on your mom, you ain't called it. Check up on your brother. Check up on people. Because allegedly these kids are, they going to college and getting the doctrine of the liberalism. And then they crashing out, damaging Teslas and shit. And then you done wasted 50 grand on nothing. Just to do this. Bro. Man, these colleges are like smart cities. And obviously these people are not smart, man. And this is all we man, it's happening to every kid. It don't matter what color you are. Throw the race out the window. Because that's why half of y'all brain dead now. Y'all don't even know how to be y'all don't know how to even be correct racist. And I said, oh my God. Because Mr. Trump-tastic, I'm a real racist. And I figured out that other people don't know what a real racist is. I said, man, y'all in trouble. I said, y'all in trouble. There's pretend racists out here, racist people out here, okay? People really acting and don't know the history behind what's going on. See, I'm racist against the people that's racist against me, okay? So the thing is, you got good people out there, you got bad people out there. Like I said, white racists hate white people. Black racists hate black Republican. It's all political. Racism is just a cover story for the political nasty work that's going on behind the scenes. The political nasty work that's going on behind the scenes. The racism is just a cover story, family. But shit, I ain't gonna lie. That should be entertaining too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Should be entertaining, everybody get a kick out of that. Everybody get a kick out of that. But to get a kick out of this, it don't matter what color you are. Black, white, you go spit that egg in that man's mouth to get that good job at Conglomero, making 50K, making 500K a year, pushing a button. Shit crazy. You're not gonna know. Y'all would think these people hate each other. They don't. They best friends. But they run these institutions right here. Got this young
onto
man.
his
You got this young man laid out, man. See, the thing is that's why y'all need people like me, public speakers like me, who could come talk to these college boys. But y'all ain't got nobody. Y'all ain't got nobody. That's the sad part. Y'all can't even pull nobody to come talk to these boys. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, this is what I do. My son played basketball, so I start at home and then I talk to his friends. You know, I put certain when you're even in the car with your kid, you ain't necessarily got to put music on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put music on, fam. Go put a documentary on or something. But get these boys some real education, man. Like, cause they grew up in a good household. They don't know the dark side of college.
head.
They don't know what to do. They're afraid to call 911, so they don't. And they pick him up, they drop him on his head. Surveillance video, you would think.
You know what I was about to pull up? Because some of these boys doing this nitro shit. Kanye West was off that nitro. I'm gonna show you what they doing too. Because Kanye West addicted to this stuff too. Let me pull this up. Because he was off that nitro. Hold on. And I can't find it. I thought I had a picture. I might have him queued up but y'all get what I'm saying. The nitro is that gas. It's that gas that they be off of. Let me look right here. I'm gonna show you what it looked like. I think I got a whole slide on Kanye West somewhere. I thought I had one. I guess not. I thought I had a whole slide on Kanye West because, I'm gonna be honest, it's hard keeping up with these people. You gotta really make a whole. That's what I do. I make a whole folder. Like I'll do a rap Hollywood folder, and then we just eat off. You know what I'm saying? We just eat off that for the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kanye off that nitro. Y'all know what it looked like. It's that gas that these kids be putting in their nose. I can't find a picture, but y'all get the drill. Let's get into the video.
Think would incentivize these guys not to do this stuff. But they do it anyway.
And this is Danny today, wheelchair bound from permanent brain damage.
Let's pull it up. Just like what now look. Let's pull him up. Where was that at? Let's pull that up. I'm going to show you what I'll be talking about. Elon Musk said, my son Xavier died. He was killed by the woke mind virus. Xavier is Professor X. Professor X was in a wheelchair. Professor X was in a wheelchair. He was hooked up like this. Just like your boy Hawkins, Steve Hawkins. Professor X. Guess what? He was influenced by the woke mind virus, man. And whoever is engaging in these hazing rituals, you already see what the landlord said. He's the landlord of the metaverse. So is Mark Zuckerberg. These are your new modern day landlords, okay? And when they boycott, guess what Charles Lee Ray Boycott does? Yeah, he administrate that prison reform, that antidote. You got to reprogram them, man. You got to reprogram them. And Charles Lee Ray Boycott. Go look up Charles Boycott. That's a whole family crest, and they know how to lure people in to boycott against them, so they could do the science project. You think Elon Musk give a fuck about this Tesla? He give a fuck about what between his man brain right here. I'll tell you that much, because that brain is worth way more than that Tesla. Okay, you could fucking cut up this lard ass and piece this motherfucker out. 50 million. I'm telling you. That's how they see it. That's how they see. They don't look at it like me and you. Okay? You dealing with a different entity right here. That's why I said some of y'all not real Elon Musk fans. You gotta have a sick, twisted mind to be a Elon Musk, a follower of Elon Musk. I like sci-fi and shit. That's why I could do it. That's why I could turn them off, turn them on anytime I fucking please. Okay, but when I do it, I make it make sense. I don't just bash him over the head, even though that's what he want to do to him. He basically nailing these people to the cross, fam. The Cybertruck is the tool to do it. I think in the future. I think way ahead of the future, and I already know the end game. I already know end game. End game is to have your ass hooked up to this damn quantum computer. Okay, like Professor X. This is your modern day Professor X right here. Okay, because Professor X he don't move from his spot, y'all. These deities are in limbo. These deities are in limbo. While everybody else do the will of the Father. But you can see they sitting down in a wheelchair. Just like this dude right here, fam. Just like this dude right here, family. But guess what? When Elon Musk offered him a chip, oh, now he can see again. Now he can walk again. Now he don't need the wheelchair. Or he could control another avatar from the wheelchair in another metaverse. They could do both. So let's get into the video. Oh, here it go. Here it go right here. I found it. Here go your Professor X. Here go Xavier. This is Elon Musk's son. Because Xavier, he's basically operating this technology from the other side. This is the knowledge of the crossover. This the whole chip being implanted in your head. But the thing is, there must be a sacrifice, and he must be pinned against something. They have to pin him against these Teslas so they could administrate this brain computer interface technology, y'all. I told they gotta practice on somebody, man. This is why Jesus Christ wore the cup on his head. No different than the Neuralink chip. This is based off holographic technology, free energy, y'all. You see what I'm saying? This is his son, this is Elon's son, Professor X, resurrected. You cannot beat Xavier, okay? Because he's Magneto. everything's drawn to him. Okay, the word drawn is image. This Professor X could fool you with any type of image he can, because he's drawing you towards him. Okay, now that has to deal with the brain computer interface, mind uploading. All these images are being downloaded as we speak. Okay, Xavier in the flesh, resurrected. I told you this one gonna be no I don't do regular shows. I'll be honest with you. I don't do regular degular. Okay. Now, where was we at? I got so many damn slides. I don't know where the hell. Well, let's start over here. But it's game over for people who, is damaging these Telsas. Because this is their hazing ritual to get inside one of these. See, they got to do a hazing ritual to get inside, and get reformed again. This picture ain't no different than this picture. Remember, Elon Musk sacrificed all the monkeys. The reason why he sacrificed the monkeys, because usually the black people get the chips first. Yeah, the monkeys. Allegedly. Allegedly, they getting the chip first. If you want to experiment on somebody, you do it on the black people first. That's always known in America, even through the Tuskegee experiment, all that, Tuskegee experiment. We did a show. We briefly went over this a few nights ago. Okay, you get a black man syphilis, and then they go give it to their wife and kids and shit. No different than this. Hazing. Now he can't have no key. He can't even give his hazing. They're going to have to freeze his sperm and do a whole artificial insemination. And that's where your boy go come in. He going to save a lot of people. He going to save a lot of people. That's why people are drawn to Elon Musk, because he's giving off Christ-like characteristics. I don't care who you are. Everybody gonna be drawn to this person, whether you good or evil. And you see the reason why I say evil, because these people are battling something they can't see. So when it's all over, said and done, these will be the same before, after. Before, after. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on, because your preacher ain't gonna tell you this shit. So let's get into it.
Danny is the most horribly injured fraternity pledge ever in the United States.
Damn.
He's blind, cannot speak.
He lost his vision and he cannot talk.
Jack and
You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Who's the only one in the universe could get? He could get back on track with. The only way he would live his life again is through Elon Musk. Yeah, that's what happened to that football player that fell out on the field. What's his name? Y'all remember that? He died on the field, and miraculously, he was just resurrected out of nowhere. I'm telling you, family, people are going to get at that crossroads where they're going to be like, damn, I want my son to see again. I want my son to walk again. Here come the Chip. Here come the Mark. Don't these look like good Christian folks to you? Don't these look like good Christian folks to you? But guess what? They said that they would never take the mark of the beast, now would they? But due to certain circumstances, and this is how they go get people. Due to certain circumstances, they go give you an offering. Red pill, blue pill. But you got to take both. Both pills are in this device right here. It ain't just one. Both pills. The Antichrist pill and the Christ pill. The reason why I said it's Jesus Christ and the Antichrist pill, because they share the same, it personifies the same agenda. So once this chip get implanted into their son's head, guess what they gonna say? Thank you, Jesus. Didn't I tell y'all y'all was gonna take the damn chip regardless of who's giving it out? Well, we had an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm about to end this, and we gonna do a part 2. Yeah, I ain't about to play. I gotta make sure you support the channel. Cash out right there, but we still give out free information because this is my hobby, and I love to break down the simulation. She ain't gonna thank the doctor. She ain't gonna thank Elon. The first thing she gonna say is, "Thank you, Jesus. My son can walk and talk again." So are they really worshiping Jesus, or are they really worshiping technology that Jesus brought to earth, brought back to earth? To what? Save humanity. Y'all not tapped in. Like I'm telling y'all, you better sub up. You better sub to the channel now, because you're not really gonna get this anywhere else, family. You're not. I'm gonna make sure you're fully covered over here. So yeah, we about to end the show. We about to end the show. We about to pick up on this. We about to pick up on this where we left off, man. For real, because the preacher only preached about an hour and 30 minutes at church. You know that, right? And it's an hour and 20 minutes. So I gotta go and let the choir. I gotta let the choir take place. Yeah, I got my own choir. Y'all know what time it is. I got my own choir, on my own preacher, and shouts out to the congregation out there. Shouts out to the congregation out there. Let's get into this. What y'all want to do on the outro? What y'all want to do on this Sunday morning? Y'all want the Trump head bounce? I ain't gonna hit y'all over the head too hard. It's Sunday. This is like this is like a Sunday driving on Daytona Beach type song. So after we get done with this song, I'm closing out, man. I'm closing out after this song. So this is Trump Head Bounce featuring Mr. Trumptastic on the Sunday afternoon show. And let's go.
Yeah, I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump head party and bounce. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump head party and bounce. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I just threw a party, it was lit last night. I was taking shots when they turned off the lights. Club full of friends and they're already hyped. I remember when Biden fell off his bike. Dance floor getting loose, but my armband feels tight. Even though I'm late, I can make it on time. Drinking margaritas and it's mixed with a lime. Unpaid parking tickets, but I think I feel fine. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump head party and bounce. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump the temp, cause I'm bringing that heat. Cruising down the streets, taking trips to the beach. Surfing in Daytona with sand in my feet. You can turn me up while you're driving your Jeep. You can slow it down while you sing to the beat. Pay all my bills with my check last week. Even though they hate me, I still pray for peace. I just flipped the game from the west to the east. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump head party and bounce. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. I can do the Trump head party and bounce. She can do the Trump head party and bounce. He can do the Trump head party and bounce. Yeah. Yo, yeah, it's Mr. Trumptastic on the Black Donald Trump Radio Show. I just hit y'all over the head with another banger. Turn up, patrons, yeah. Trump head party and bounce. I just did the Trump head party and bounce. Yeah, I just did the Trump head party and bounce.